Another thing I bring is a separate purse, and that normally contains change. A lot of the time at conventions, when you're buying merchandise, some of the things will be sort of under £5, under £10, and when the people that run these stands might not have enough change in the float to be able to break your, say, £50 note, you will not be popular.
Oh my god, £50 notes!
They are the worst thing in the world!
I hate
Why do they
£50
exist?
notes.
Why?
Oh, I want to buy this £1 DVD. Can I use my £50 note? No, you bloody can't!
Although, you know what? In America they have $100 bills. So just be glad that we don't have £100 notes here. Because we cannot break it. Basically, be nice to the merchandise people because they're probably very tired and very irritated. So make sure you have change on you so that if they say, oh yes, this posted £3, don't pay them with like a £50 note. Use small change. Also, small change is much easier for when you're buying things like food, when you're doing fast transactions, when they just want to hand over the change and get that back. Or use it for payphones, for public transport, buying train tickets, bus tickets, whatever. If you're buying small things, or using vending machines, because the hotel we stay at has got a vending machine, and the amount of times we've been stuck there with like £5 notes or £10 notes and been too shy to go and ask the people at reception to change it. So have some change in there and have like an emergency sort of £5–10 cushion in that purse that you can forget about, because you never know when you might need some extra money to get you home or to get you something you really need.
Indeed.
Always good to have, just be prepared.
Be prepared! That was beautiful.
Packet of tissues, because you'll get the sniffles, or your eyes will start running, or somebody will start crying, or
yeah, somebody might, you know, miss out on buying that last plushie that they really wanted of their favourite character, and then you just tear up. It's just like...
Conventions are very emotional places.
Or you might lose a plushie that you just bought.
Yeah. Or you might just spill your drink down your tummy.
True, that would be bad.
Another thing you need is deodorant. You can get very small travel size cans of deodorant that are like that big. They can fit into bags, purses, pockets, anything like that. Please bring it with you. If your costume allows you to reapply deodorant during the day, bring deodorant, because
please reapply deodorant.
For your own comfort, for the comfort of everyone around you. Also to preserve your costume, because the last thing is to get home and find your costume stinks or is really kind of soggy under the arms, especially if you're wearing it again the next day. Just make sure your deodorant is liberally applied. Ideally, we'd like you to shower at least once a day.
Ideally.
But that's out of our control.
We shower usually like twice a day. Because we shower usually when we get back to the hotel room as well.
It's good times. So that's the main things that I normally put in my bag, and then yeah, we've just got a comfortable bag to actually carry things in, which is really good. Nice big bag, extra space that you can put sort of things like merchandise in. Other extras that I have not actually got here for illustrative purposes, a bottle of water. At least a 500ml, that's half a litre bottle about that big of water. You can buy water at most convention centres or supermarkets or whatever, but it's A, it's expensive, and B, you're going to have to queue up for it, so it's better to bring your own water or juice.
You can just refill it from a tap.
Yes, you can! Stay hydrated, 2 litres per day, that's at least 4 of those bottles.
It makes you feel so much better.
You feel wonderful. You'll be going to the toilet like mad, but
clean
so lovely, so lovely. You'll avoid conflict, great. Also, cereal bars or some kind of small dry food packet that you can bring, like trail mix, bags of M&Ms or whatever. Something that is dry, not going to make a mess, because you'll be surprised actually how hungry you do get at conventions. And if your budget doesn't cover food, then you're going to want to bring something from home that you can kind of just scarf down quickly.
True.
So,
plus, if you've got medical issues that you need,
like anemia, low blood sugar, or just a ridiculously fast metabolism, so you'll eat breakfast and
where you can get quite ill if you don't
eat regularly. Yeah. Or if you have special dietary requirements, like you're lactose intolerant, you are, don't eat gluten free, or you're vegetarian, it's quite good to have your own food source there in case.
Yeah, for starters, then you know what's in it.
Yeah, and also it means that if whatever's on site doesn't cater to your dietary requirements, then at least you'll have something there to kind of nibble on. So that's always a good thing to bring with you. What else do we normally bring? Like a wig care kit, so things like small cans of hairspray, but do be careful where you're using hairspray. Yeah, try not to use it in enclosed spaces or, near other people.
Same with deodorant, really, don't spray that around.
So mainly, if you're going to use things like deodorant and hairspray, go to things like toilet cubicles, or go outdoors and use them in a more secluded area where it's very quiet and there's nobody nearby.
You don't want to start spraying that shit around loads, especially if there's like somebody with asthma right nearby.
You really don't want to choke them with that.
Yeah, that would be good.
What else do we bring? Things like plasters, any kind of makeup touch-up kits, sewing repair kits.
Yeah, sewing repair
kit. You can get them quite cheap in most supermarkets.
Yeah, you'll get the tiny little box like that. It's just got what you need.
It normally contains like a very small pair of quite blunt scissors, or some needle and thread, pins, safety pins. Another good
array of threads.
Oh yes,
usually is in there.
If you want to make your own, make sure you got those things in there. Make sure that they're kind of safely tucked away because some places can class having sewing kits as being a weapon, which is kind of scary. So make sure you bring the basics if you need to do repairs. You can also get things like double-sided body tapes. If you've got parts of your cosplay that need to stick to your body, double-sided body tape is very useful. You can get that in quite a lot of supermarkets or fabric shops, places like that. Also, a little bottle of clear nail polish. I have found that works wonders if you're wearing tan tights and get a ladder. A little dab of clear nail polish around the edge of the ladder stops it from spreading any further, stops the ladder from getting any bigger. Also, you have things like chip nails, always very useful.
The more you know.
The more you know.
Don't forget to bring your actual ticket.
Yeah, your actual ticket. That's like one of the most important things you can bring. I haven't got my ticket here because I haven't actually printed it out. But when we go to MCM every year, basically when you buy your ticket...
out your ticket.
Have you? Oh, cheers, love.
Right.
Basically, when you go to conventions, especially MCM, when you buy your ticket, they send you a PDF file of the ticket, which you normally just print out, you present to the people on the gate, they scan it because there's a barcode on there, make sure the barcode is printed clearly. They'll scan the barcode, you'll go on, get your wristband, and you're in and done, that's it. So make sure you have your ticket printed out with you. You can keep it in a little plastic wallet, make sure it's in your bag before you leave the house. Also, if they get a PDF file emailed to you with your ticket and your phone is capable of doing so, make sure you have a copy saved on your phone or your tablet or any other electronic device, because quite a lot of places, I think MCM now does this thing where if you have an electronic copy on your device, they can scan that instead. If you've forgotten the paper copy, you can't print it off. Always really useful to have. I've got a PDF file on my phone. You've got the paper copy now. Yeah. So it's always good in case the person that's got your tickets has suddenly vanished or you lose your ticket or whatever, you can scan it through, which is fantastic. It's not going to happen, but it's always fantastic.
We're stuck like glue.
Good song. What other things we normally bring? Make sure you've got like an emergency contact written down somewhere. Generally, what I would advise doing is if you've got a purse that has slots in it for credit cards or debit cards, things, identity cards, I was just getting a small piece of paper about post-it note size and write down on there the number of an emergency contact. That could be a parent, a guardian, a friend that's going with you, or someone that you know is going to be there, like a sibling or a relative, something like that. Anybody who's going with you that you trust in an emergency, put their contact details down. That'll be their name, how they know you, and like a phone number or whatever. It's just that if you do get into trouble at MCM or any convention at all,
we make the people sound quite scary.
They're not that scary, but it's just a really good thing to have, especially if you're a younger cosplayer and it's your first time going there on your own. It's really good to have an emergency contact on paper, in your wallet where they'll look, because generally if you get into an accident, a lot of the time paramedics and things will look at your purse or wallet, because that's normally where emergency contact details are stored. You can store it on your phone under ICE in capital letters, in case of emergency.
I've got you as my ice.
I would not help very much, dude. I can't drive.
Yeah,
I'd try.
You'd be with me anyway.
I would get the train as fast as I could. But yeah, have some kind of emergency contact, because nothing will happen to you. You're probably going to be absolutely fine, but just in the very, very, very unlikely event that something happens to you, you're going to want to have an emergency contact so that paramedics or convention staff can contact them and say, explain what's happened and get help. Yes. Which is always good. And if you've got this emergency contact details written down on a post-it note, so for example, if you say, I'm going to write down the name for my elder brother, John, this is his mobile number,
John!
He's my brother, John! You can also write down on there, very important, if you have any allergies, any medical conditions, you can write, for example, this is my brother, John, this is his mobile number, he is my elder brother, here's his phone number. I have diabetes, or I have, an allergy. I have a nut allergy, or I am asthmatic, or something like that. It just makes it so much faster and so much easier for paramedics to actually be able to help you in an emergency. It just gives them that extra couple of seconds to, save your life. I very highly doubt anything bad is going to happen to you. I'm making this sound terrifying. Nothing bad has really happened to us at conventions.
We always do that on Convention Survival, guys, though. It's like, yes, it's terrifying.
I just like covering worst case scenarios, because the last thing I'd want to think was that someone had followed all the tips in this video apart from the emergency contact thing and had gotten into trouble. It's just really good to have this. Check in with parents and guardians. If you're a younger cosplayer, so I'm thinking people that are under 18 or you're going to a convention on your own for the first time, check in regularly with people who know you who aren't going. So parents, guardians, relatives, friends, check in as regularly as you can. So every couple of hours, just text them and say, I'm still alright, having a great time. I bought you a present or whatever.
Aww.
I saw a shark! Just let them know that you're right, please. It's, as with every hobby, there are going to be dangers, and just be careful out there. Okay? Okay?
It's a dangerous world out there.
You're listening to me, because Mama Duck will not say this twice. Be careful. What other things? Is there anything else that you think we normally need to bring with us? this is more talking about like your hand luggage, as it were. If you think about it as being on a flight, this is your hand luggage. Everything else will go in your suitcase. That'll be things like, you know, cosmetics, toiletries, clothing, whatever.
Your actual cosplays.
If
you're cosplaying, it is. Not
if
everybody does.
True.
It's weird.
That's another thing. If your cosplays involve very high heels or shoes that are going to be uncomfortable when worn for long periods of time, it might be a good idea to pack a comfortable pair of shoes. Whether that's a pair of trainers or ballet pumps or flip-flops or something that you just feel comfortable walking in, it's really good to have that option there. You may not even need them, you may be absolutely fine, you may have been walking in high heels for years and you're absolutely fine, but it's just really good to have that option there in case your feet do start hurting, because the last thing you're going to want to do is kind of try and build a pair of shoes out of napkins. It's not fun, and you want to avoid having blisters and things when you're walking around and all this kind of stuff, 'cause it's just going to ruin your weekend.
Yeah.
I speak from
Especially if you're
experience.
wearing like high heels on like the first day. Because then you get blisters like on the first day and then like your feet would be like hurting for the rest of the weekend.
I speak from experience. I got really bad blisters, I think, on like the first day or something.
When you did
stupid.
Baymax, didn't you?
I was thinking more when I cosplayed Hari for the first time when I was wearing high heel shoes. I got blisters on my feet, and then by the end of the weekend, my feet were killing me, and like I had horrible blisters, and I was really grumpy and uncomfortable. So bring flat shoes, just so you can change into them, you know, when you're travelling and things. Also, because running down to get a train down some steps or down an escalator in high heels is not fun. Because some people make fun of you when you run in high heels.
Hello!
Hello, darling.
That's how I show I care.
Okay. Yeah, that's basically the kind of general stuff I bring with me when we go to conventions. You can chop and change this kind of list as you wish, depending on what you want to bring with you or don't want to bring with you. You can add things that you prefer to bring with you, you can take things away. Just make sure that you've got, a comfortable bag, and make sure you get in at least your convention tickets, your money, a method of contacting someone, and medications if you need them. Those are the essential things, okay? So you've got your tickets and money to have a good time there, and then you've got your phone and your...
Water is essential too.
Yeah, water. You've got everything else. Basically make sure that you can get into the convention and then make sure you're safe while you're there. That's the really important thing. Everything else you can kind of work around, but just be careful, have an amazing time, bring the things you need, and I hope this video has helped you. I'm sorry I've rambled on quite a bit, but I'm just very passionate about safety at conventions.
We
I
had
should be
those.
like a safety officer. Okay, I hope you have a fantastic time at your next convention. I hope the video's helped you in some way. I hope that this has kind of given you some idea about the kind of things that cosplayers generally do have in their bags, and it's given you a good chance to have a nose around and seeing what's in my rucksack most of the time. Have an amazing time at your next convention, and we hopefully will see you soon. Bye! Faster, you naughty little monkey! You've got to press the off switch now because my legs have gone to sleep and I can't actually move. Help me!